I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to Jonathan Jones. And Jonathan Jones, for those of you that do not know him, for decades have been a researcher with the Healthcare Supports Association of America. So he's not just coming into the industry off the cuff, but Jonathan has done enough research and helped a number of people. And when he called me with this product, I knew that this company, the product, and everything it does was real. So for the next 1 hour, I want you to give your attention to Jonathan Jones, and he's going to introduce a special person that we haven't heard from on a Sunday. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I saw he was coming on, even though it's 11 o'clock, if it was 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd come to hear him. So Jonathan, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce this person. Take it away.
All right, Bernard, I always appreciate your enthusiasm and your willingness to come on to these calls whenever the occasion would allow, whenever it would avail itself. So we appreciate that. You bring a lot of energy to it, and you talk about me and influence. I know that there's a ton of folks who are on these meetings and have now been introduced to Engage Global because of your influence, and we certainly appreciate that. So thank you for all your hard work and your concern for so many people. But before we get started, there's a couple things we like to make sure that folks know. First of all, that when we have meetings like this, we're not making any medical claims. So let's just lay that out right away. So the FDA is not evaluating any of these comments. So what you're hearing today is for information, educational, and entertainment purposes only. We're not making any claims that Micro Daily products or any products produced by Engage Global will cure, treat, or heal when it comes to disease states. Only the government can declare a substance to be a treatment or cure for disease. So we're not making those claims at all. You will hear some testimonials, and testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice and professionals that you trust. But having said all that, there's some really interesting people that you're going to want to meet today. We have a surprise guest with us today, and that's Dr. Prasad. We'll tell you a little bit about Dr. Prasad in a moment. But David Namelka is with us today, and I saw David's iPhone pop up on the guest list there. So I'm going to put my neck out on a limb and assume that Dave Namelka is with us right now. So David Namelka is a wealthy venture capitalist, and for years that's how he made his living, by taking people's monies, his and others, and investing it in businesses. But Dave Namelka decided that what Dr. Prasad had done was worth giving his full attention to. So he became the owner and CEO of the company Engage Global. So David, are you here with us? Let's see if we can't, everybody's been muted here. So someone's going to have to give David the ability to unmute himself. Okay, I think I see him right there. David's iPhone. I'm going to assume that that's you.
I'm here. I am here.
All right, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm trying to get my video to work, but it's not wanting to let me do that today, Jonathan. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I see it's that's all right. We'll take whatever part of you that we can get.
Well, I am thrilled to be here. I'm on the road. I'm in Denver visiting my daughter with my mother. So we're taking a break from a family trip, and we're here to take time with you. Oh, is there now? Can you see me?
Did the video come? Oh, yeah, look at that. Yep, there we go.
Okay,
there
well,
we go.
I'm not sure what it's showing.
Well, it's showing the steering wheel right now, so you're gonna have to tap on the camera. Tap on the camera, and it'll choose your front camera then.
Okay, there we go.
Now we got you.
Okay, fantastic.
Well,
we
hello.
got these technologies figured out.
Yes, indeed. Well, hello, and welcome to our discussion. Thank you so much for joining us.
So happy to be here. So grateful to be here. Thank you for everybody I'm excited to bring whatever I can to this call and help enlighten people to our mission, which is bringing health and wellness to the world and what makes Dr. Prasad's products so special.
All right. Well, I got a couple of things I want to throw at you. And we're going to slip some of Dr. Prasad's thoughts in here later in our discussion. But I want to show you something, David, that I think that I'm curious to hear your perspective on it, because I've asked these questions on occasion to Dr. Prasad, and he can break it down from a scientific and medical perspective. But you're a businessman, and I'm kind of curious as to your thoughts on this. So let me, if you don't mind, let me share the story with you first, and then I want to hear your thoughts. And I got a couple of questions for you on it. Okay. So let me see if I can get this thing to play. All right. Okay. Now, Marie Houston is on the meeting right now. So she shared this with us some time ago, but I want you to just hear this raw Marie expressions that she had to share with us.
Go ahead, Marie.
Hi, Jonathan.
Question.
Yeah, nice to be here today.
Welcome.
But
I'm going to speed it up a little bit so we can kind of get through it.
And I have several. I have diabetes type 2. I have rheumatoid arthritis, hypertension, irregular heartbeat. Okay. And I've been on my meds for years. Now, I came to start the Micro Daily products this past November through Miss Roberta Rice. Thank God for her. And here lately, I got my report from my doctor this week. This is my primary doctor. And she was just praising how great I was doing. She said, "You are doing so well. Everything is normal." She says, as a matter of fact, I take glipizide for my diabetes. She says, "We're going to take you off of that. You no longer have to take that." Okay. And also, yes, hydrochlorothiazide. She said, "You're off of that." And I went to my rheumatoid doctor a few weeks ago, and she gave me her report. And she was raving also and told me how great my numbers are and how I'm doing now. And as a matter of fact, I have the rheumatoid arthritis. So she had prescribed a methotrexate. And at the time that she did, she said, "This is a high risk drug." But at that time, I didn't know that that's what they give people, the chemo for cancer. And so when I went back and she was talking, she says, "You know what?" Because I would take like 6 of those little pills once a week on Saturday, and also folic acid. But I wouldn't take the folic on the day that I would do the methotrexate. So anyway, she told me, she says, "You know what, Marie? You are doing so great. We're going to ease you off of that methotrexate." So I'm no longer taking methotrexate. And she said, "You no longer have to take the folic acid either." So that's 4 medications. I mean, the metho, I've probably been on it at least 2 years, maybe a little longer. I would have to go get my blood checked every 8 weeks and all of this. But I mean, I feel so good because the rheumatoid arthritis had me where I could barely brush my teeth. I couldn't comb my hair. And I like to prepare my meals. This right hand, it was through. I like to mash my potatoes and then whip them. I couldn't do that anymore. Okay. And I mean, I feel so good. I have all this energy. I can come up and down my steps now. I can stand in my kitchen and cook. I used to have to put a chair there to sit while I was cooking. No longer. I have all this energy and the pain. No pain. None. I mean, I feel probably like I'm about maybe 52 as opposed to 72. And I feel like I could get out here and maybe run a mile. And I'm not exaggerating at all. This is what this has done for me since November, you know, and to get rid of them drugs going in my system, man, I give all the praise to the man above. He is wonderful. And I love these products. I will take them the rest of my life. And even some of the people that are under me that I've shared with them, I don't mean to take too much time. One lady, she couldn't walk. She was in a walker and had completely stopped driving. She's driving now, taking her daughter to her appointments. Okay. And she's 83 years old. And I can't say enough about the products. I do take the EMF. And I was only taking 6 of them a day of the EMF. And I take the collagen. I do take the probiotic and the brain boost and the eye boost. And it was another thing, my eyes. I had stopped driving at night. I can drive at night now if I want to. Okay. Because everything is so much clearer. I used to sometimes hit a curb. I said, "Oh, it's time to stop," you know, but I cannot speak enough on how great these products are and how great they work. I'm a believer. Okay. That's
Wow.
my story.
Thank you. So, so Dave,
Yeah.
I know you've heard stories like that before, but give us the 30-second, your 30-second wow on that. Just tell me what your response is when you hear those stories.
This is why Engage is in existence. This is why I've dedicated my life's work and my life's purpose to Engage. This is why I consider me meeting Dr. Prasad to be a gift of God and a blessing in my life, because what can be more meaningful, purposeful, valuable in any of our lives than bringing health and wellness to our fellow man and womankind? So all I can say is this testimonial, and I hear many of them, and they humble me and they inspire me and they motivate me to truly work every day harder and in every way that I can to fulfill our mission of bringing health and wellness to this world. So I would just say thank you for sharing that. It inspires me. We can talk about the science behind the products and why they work. That's Dr. Prasad and his lifetime of effort. We can talk to so many things about the products, but at the human level, this is why Engage exists, and this is why I am here today on this Sunday, as are all of you, because is there anything more fulfilling than bringing that kind of a blessing to someone's life?
I agree. It's hard to even put a price on it, really, to be quite honest with you. But as amazing as that is, this is Micro Daily. All she talked about was Micro Daily EMF, and by the way, she's on this call right now, so she can attest to the fact that the only thing I did was speed that up. So I didn't alter her words or anything else in that testimonial. But Dave, Micro Daily is amazing. To get those kinds of results out of anybody, why did you decide to come up with something else? Wasn't it good enough to just go right there? I mean, and then you went to collagen, because our theme today is the right collagen is the key. So why did you go bringing something like collagen into the mix?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question, and I am how do I say it? I am sad to say it took us so long to really do what Dr. Prasad told us to do from the very beginning. And that is it's about the combination, quantity, and form of nutrition that we bring into our bodies. And so when Dr. Prasad, when I saw the Micro Daily formulation, when I saw the science behind it way back in 2012, with my experience at Procter & Gamble and in vitamins and nutrition, I knew there was something special, because I'd never seen any supplement in the history of the world, any supplement that I had ever seen that had the amount of scientific validation that Micro Daily, which was originally called Military Micronutrient Formulation, had. And so we started this company with the vision of that product being the one-all, be-all product, and we were going to, bring that to the world because of the science behind it. The good fortune is that Dr. Prasad, he caught the vision of what we were doing at Engage, and he reached out to me, and he tugged on my shirt, and he knocked on our door, and he said, Dave, I want to join you at Engage on a daily basis, because we can be more excellent. We can do better than what we're doing just with Micro Daily. And so he offered to become our chief science officer, and I couldn't say no to that. So when Dr. Prasad joined, it was about 2015, 2016, he became our chief science officer. He started talking to me about how, there's more that can be done. And, as you know, Jonathan, our values are to be real. And a part of being real means not just resilient, but also to be excellent. And Dr. Prasad is excellence. He epitomizes excellence. And what he helped me understand is that we needed to do more to be truly excellent. So what does that mean? That means, I'm going to mention probiotic right now. Without a healthy gut, our Micro Daily is not going to be optimally effective.
Right.
And so Dr. Prasad educated me, and he's educated us in saying we need a healthy gut. So let's get our gut healthy with probiotics. So that's one of the pillars of optimal health, is the probiotic. That then enhances the efficacy of Micro Daily. But then Dr. Prasad talked to me about brain health. He talked about eye health and how we can enhance that. That's why we have the brain boost and the eye boost. So for those that are looking for, benefit in their eyes, and especially us as we get older, we need that brain boost for sure. Dr. Prasad, he expanded our horizons there. And then we started talking about collagen. And I can't remember the number. This is where Dr. Prasad will have to speak, but I believe our skin and our organs are, 20, 30, multiple percentages of collagen. And so for our organs
80%,
and our
he said.
skin and our health to be optimally healthy, we need collagen. So if our mission is truly to bring health and wellness to the world, and you ask why collagen, because collagen and probiotic and micro daily are the foundations of optimal health. And without those, people can't have optimal health. So a little bit of a long answer, but the answer is because our mission is to bring optimal health, and collagen is critical to doing that.
Okay. All right. I get it. That makes perfect sense. But I'm going to tell you, my first.
Dr. Prasad's raising his hand. Dr. Prasad wants to say something, Jonathan.
Oh, absolutely, Dr. Prasad. Just jump right on in there. We'll take your comment, Dr. Prasad. Let's, Jeff, can we get Dr. Prasad to unmute? There we go. Add him on. Hold on. We have to give you the permission to unmute. Okay, try it now, Dr. Prasad.
I said that I just want to make sure you understand that the idea of collagen came from David Namelka. David is the one who said, can you do something about collagen? I am totally ignorant about collagen. Then I started doing research, and it took about 3-4 months before we found out some unique formulation of, but the credit goes for bringing those things to David, because he's the one who brought to me that, can you do something about that? So I did it.
Okay. Now, folks, I hope you guys all understand what just happened right here. What just happened right here is that the chief science officer, the formulator of Micro Daily itself, said that it was David Namelka who was not resting on his laurels. I hope y'all got that. So Dave was giving us the modest, humble response, but Dr. Prasad just dimed him out. So we got the real story from Dr. Prasad. So now, David, I'm going to tell you, my first thought was, the man's got to be crazy, because I know that there's a lot of collagen out there, Dave. And why this one? What makes ours so special? Go ahead. Why was I wrong?
Jonathan? Yeah, you are right. There is a lot of collagen, and I'm going to say there are good collagens on the market. There's collagens that are type 1, type 3. The collagen peptides, they have the hyaluronic acid. Those are your higher end collagens. They're very effective. And so when I talked to Dr. Prasad, I said, first of all, I want to understand. So I will admit, I brought up the subject of collagen. I said, Dr. Prasad, what do you think? So yeah, he did dime me out, Dr. Prasad. But this is where I'm going to dime out Dr. Prasad. Okay. Because I said to him, I said, Dr. Prasad, if we're just going to formulate a collagen and do what everybody else is doing, we're not going to do that. Because at Engage, we're about being real. Being real means that we do something special and excellent. And if it's not special and excellent, we'll let other people have that. Because we're not just about making money. We're about bringing extra value to this world. So Dr. Prasad, as he said he went and started to dig. And this is where Dr. Prasad is par excellence. He discovered that enzymes are breaking our skin down, and enzymes are causing collagen to break down. And so what happens is when we take collagen and we take the hyaluronic acid, yes, it's bringing a benefit, but it's not bringing optimum benefit, because the enzymes are attacking and neutralizing a lot of the benefit that could be had. And therefore, Dr. Prasad discovered that the enzyme inhibitors can neutralize those enzymes, much like Micro Daily neutralizes free radicals, which then frees up that collagen and frees our body to experience optimal health. And when he said that, I said, it's game time, meaning that this is something that the world needs. This is something that we can do that will be in alignment with our values and our vision and our mission. And how lucky are we to have a man like Dr. Prasad on our team? It's like there is no one like him. So this is why did we launch the collagen? It's because we could do something nobody else has ever done. And by the way, it was so good, we filed a patent on it. And it right now is patent pending, and we're in process of getting a patent on our unique, very special collagen that nobody else in the world sells.
Okay. All right. I get it. For everybody listening, what he just said was there might be a whole bunch of them out there, but not a single one of them falls under Dr. Prasad's thumb. Okay. So, and, but now here's what I'd like to do. And maybe, Dave, you can tell me if this speaks to what you were hoping to accomplish, because it blows me away just to hear these stories. But one day out of the blue, this is a client that I've had long before I even knew who Engage Global was. I didn't know anything about Dr. Prasad or Dave Namelka or MMF. I knew nothing. This woman, her name is I was going to tell you about Adenalina. You know what? I'm not going to tell you Adenalina's story. I'm going to let you hear another one because this one is more dramatic. First, this woman here, didn't even know she was going to say anything this particular day. She just unmiked herself and started telling her story about her hip replacement issues. And for everyone's benefit, again, just remember, testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. But listen as Sheila Lively just decided to tell us her story one night, okay?
Thank you
Hey,
for sharing.
Jonathan, I have to share.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry for all the noise. I just wanted to say to you that I've been on the collagen for like 6 months. Hang on, let me move to another location. I've been on the collagen for like 6 months, and I can honestly say, for those of you who don't know my story, when I was introduced to the Micro Daily products, I was slated to have hip replacement surgery, double hip replacement surgery. One was for July and one was for August. And I got on the products as a sample, and I noticed right away the hip pain went away, and I found that quite interesting. So I got on the full suite of products, and the collagen had just gotten released just in the nick of time. So in June, I started the products. So by the end of June, believe it or not, I could really feel some strides, although it wasn't 100%, not even close, but enough for me to do and take the suggestion of Jeff Ashby. His words are lean into this. And I did with faith, because I did not want to have that surgery. And I was due to have pre-op. I was coming close. And so I had hit scheduled. I canceled the pre-op appointment. And then now I can say bit by bit, I started noticing like 3 weeks in, where I had a bit of mobility, where I could step over something, where I kind of gingerly, where I wasn't able to really do that before. I was tossing and turning in my sleep because my hips were so rigid and tight, and I just hurt all the time. So now here we are 6 months out, and I want everyone to hear me about this. I am now at that sweet spot where my hips, I'm able to feel that fluid in my cartilage. I am nowhere near this bone on bone. The doctor, the osteosurgeon told me, you have a year and some change on this. I wouldn't wait. I'm able to crouch, bend. I was outside before the weather got cold playing volleyball with my grandkids. So I'm telling you, that collagen with the Micro Daily, and I'm on all of the products, but I can say that collagen was definitely the game changer for me to be 6 months out. And my hips feel like I didn't need that surgery. And I'm still, I would say about maybe, I want to say 70% of flexibility and all of that. But I feel all of that because I'm doing things that I wasn't able to do 6 months ago. So that's my testimony. That's my story. Thank you for letting me share.
Okay. So
That's an amazing story.
once again, Dave, Dr. Prasad, help me with this one. This is just a collagen. We're talking about a powder. What happened here? Wait, we lost Dave. Hold on. Let's give this unmuting ability back. So
I'm back.
So
I'm
David,
back.
is this what your plan was, to hear stories like this?
How about I say that was my hope? because until it happened,
Yeah.
there was no way to know. This is a product the world's never seen. This is a product that has never been done before.
But Dave,
And
collagen has
so-
been on the market before.
Yes, but collagen with enzyme inhibitors has never been on the market before. And so, we have not had the opportunity to do double-blind studies and placebo studies like we've done with Micro Daily, and it's $24 million spent and 6 years invested. Dr. Prasad and I, we said we know the science behind collagen is solid, and the science behind enzyme inhibitors is solid. Let's put them together and see the magic that can happen. And I will have to say that the results have exceeded my expectations. How about you, Dr. Prasad?
Yes, mine too, because this is amazing story that you described, especially that she was going to have a surgery, and if you look the science behind it, that then you say, yeah, you expect it, but when it doesn't, we don't know whether it will happen or not. Science suggests that it could help, but until it helps, you don't know. So I think it is beyond my expectation, David.
It's mind-boggling to the rest of us to hear these kinds of stories. Jeff, you have,
the enzyme inhibitor, so whatever the collagen are stored in various organs and bones and cartilages, they stay there because of the enzyme inhibitor. And if you don't have enzyme inhibitor, it will be degraded, and then you will not have any effect. And so, you can explain this once you have the evidence, but if you know the science of collagen, what happens, and how the cartilage and bone are so important, and collagen is so important for these structures, then you say, yeah, adding the inhibitor makes a lot of difference.
Wow. That's making a tremendous amount of difference, because the other story that I was going to share with you had to do with a woman who had torn meniscus and was slated for knee replacement surgery also, but just a couple of months after being on the product, she's standing up and walking, which was kind of amazing. But
what Jeff, kind of dose? Do you know what kind of dose she was taking?
Dr. Prasad, in every case, they're taking what you suggested, maybe two-thirds of the scoop twice a day. All these people were taking. It doesn't make sense.
Good. That's good. Because it is non-toxic. It can do. I'm just curious. Sometimes people use one time, sometimes use two, sometimes people use 3 times, So I was curious that how was twice a day. That's perfect.
Well, we got another one for both of you. So Jeff actually brought someone into the room that has an interesting collagen story. So let's hear it, Jeff.
Yeah, in fact, I just heard this less than an hour ago. Dr. Crokin was part of a practitioner's call that Dr. Court hosts on Sunday afternoons. And he just came out this afternoon, like I said, about an hour ago, and shared this testimony on collagen. And I called him immediately afterwards and says, hey, we got to have you on Jonathan's call. And so Dr. Crokin is here. He's ready to go. I'll just pull him up here on the spotlight. And Dr. Crokin, talk about, hey, you're, in tremendous physical health, and you're out, busting it down the mountains, and well, tell us about your ski experience and accident, and
All
then
right.
the collagen.
Years prior to the accident, I was 6th, maybe 8th grade, and I had lateral meniscus removed. So at 56, this has been decades of structural instability. So jump forward, about 3 weeks ago, I was up on the mountain, and I had a bit of a knee injury. I toughed it out. Next run, it got a little worse. I toughed it out. I said, you can do this. One more run, and I was done for the day. I expected knee replacement also. So I went to the orthopedist, and they said, yeah, my friend, you've got yourself a situation. So it was under the, I will say, strong encouragement of Dr. Court, I started on the collagen product. Ladies and gentlemen, it was 3 days on collagen that I was barely limping. I am moving. I don't use it. Walking assistance. I barely barely have a limp. There's one thing that I can attribute that to, and that's the collagen and Dr. Prasad's research.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that story. That is
That's it. How much again? I want to ask, how much collagen you were taking?
exactly what you recommend. I put a scoop
good.
in there and I drink it.
Good.
I know you know better than I do. So what you say, I do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
wow.
Amazing
Okay.
story.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. So, Dr. Prasad, while we still have you here for, could you just tell us just a little bit why it is that could have happened?
Yeah, but like I said earlier, that when you have our collagen peptides, excuse me, then it gets all the amino acid gets converted in the intestine and they get absorbed. And each organ in the body then makes their own collagen. Some place you have collagen 1 more, some place you have collagen 3 more, bone has different. So different organ have different types of collagen, and they have different genes to make that collagen. So once you provide them amino acid, then they make their own collagen. So now it has been shown that collagen peptide will even restore the loss of minerals from the bone. So your bone will be stronger, more mature. And even collagen is very important for flexibility of knees or this. And so so now, because of the enzyme inhibitor, even with just collagen peptide, people are showing the effect for a short time, but they will degrade it because you have not done anything to enzymes.
Right.
And so that's another reason that's why we have added the enzyme, and we have the enzyme from 2 different sources. One is amla extract, which is grown in India. Actually, one amla tree was in front of my house in village, and I used to eat all the time. But amla has also a lot of benefit other than inhibitor, but we use for the purpose of inhibitor, amla extract. And then we have also green tea extract. And you can use, both are very useful purpose, plus they also inhibit.
Is that the white tea extract?
White tea extract, sorry.
White tea.
White tea extract. And combination of those two is more powerful in terms of inhibiting for a long period of time the enzyme which degrades your collagen and elastin, because you need elastin too, because for flexibility, you need the elastin. And there is no other way. And on the top of that, don't forget that these people also have a high level of free radical production.
Right.
So you are being attacked from all sides. So
right.
If you don't have an inhibitor of the enzyme, your benefit, whatever you think for a while, will be totally degraded, and you will go back to your original level of pain or whatever. And so it is very interesting to see that collagen peptide with the inhibitor has such a dramatic effect on a improvement in flexibility, in flexibility. And of course, having a micro daily EMF is also important, so that you prevents also another source of degradation of collagen, namely free radicals. And also we added hyaluronic acid as a supplement, because not only the hyaluronic acid is degraded by the enzyme, another enzyme for hyaluronidase enzyme, but the main reason it goes down is not as much as degradative enzyme, but the synthetic enzyme is decreased. Right. So you're not making enough hyaluronic acid. And therefore, it becomes very important to have a supplement. And then if you get a supplement and you can't do anything to improve, but you can protect them from free radical damage, and you have inhibitor of the hyaluronidase. So in this way, we also have a supplement, and so that you have also increased hydration of the skin. As you know, hyaluronic acid is very important for moisture, not only for the skin, but sometimes collagen area, joint area become not highly lubricated. And so it is very important to have a hyaluronic acid supplement.
Well, I would dare say that everyone on this call is impressed. I know I'm impressed. I've been taking it, and I'm blown away by what I'm seeing. But Dave, um, these are some pretty powerful stories that we're hearing, Dave. Tell me, couldn't you just leave well enough alone? Wasn't good enough good enough? How is it that you decided or somehow pushed things to get what is great even better? Tell us about this, Dave, because we heard you make an announcement a couple of weeks ago about some additional change here that's going on.
Yeah. So this is where it's very exciting. You know, as Engage continues to grow, we just continue to, if you want to say, enhance the excellence with which we operate at every level. And so we brought on a manufacturing partner that, and Jeff Ashby's visited them. They know them very well. And the story behind our connection with them is it really goes back to, you know, a decade of my investment banking experience. But we brought on a manufacturer that is absolutely at the highest level of competence and quality of anyone we've seen or met or explored or due diligence. And so we gave them the opportunity to make our collagen. And so when we brought them the collagen, this is where even Dr. Prasad and I think we were very pleasantly surprised, weren't we, Dr. Prasad? They brought us a form of collagen. It's still the collagen peptides type 1 and 3, but it's a form, and you'll notice it when you open the new jar. It's a little more granular, but this collagen is highly, highly dissolvable and highly effective at absorption in the body. So not only did we have a great product before with the collagen we were doing, it was the best collagen that we could find on the market and that we knew was on the market, but because of this new manufacturer, we've upgraded the collagen with the last batch. So everyone is now getting collagen that dissolves better, is absorbed better,
Wow.
and has all the benefits about. So you can just, this is the thing about Dr. Prasad, you know, even Micro Daily EMF. So Micro Daily, the original military micronutrient formulation, I mean, it's the most scientifically validated supplement in the world. And yet Dr. Prasad was able to take that and add 4 additional ingredients.
Right.
His Micro Daily EMF. So I would call the Micro Daily EMF the Rolls Royce of supplements in all the world.
I agree.
Micro Daily itself is a Mercedes, but it's a Mercedes product, the most scientifically validated, but the Micro Daily EMF, that's the Rolls Royce product in all the world. And so even after we met him, people are like, oh, don't change Micro Daily. Well, we didn't change anything. We just made it supercharged. And that's what we just did with the collagen. You can count on Dr. Prasad. He's not resting on any laurels. That's
pretty amazing. And did I understand it correctly that the enzyme inhibitor is even stronger?
Yes. So the level of potency that we were able to get, this is once again this is where you have to have a fantastic team. And so this new manufacturer brought to us some more expensive ingredients, but they were highly more potent. And so in the idea of making them better, we went with the amla and the white tea extracts that had a higher degree of potency, which enhances to another degree their effectiveness. So how do you make something great even better? I didn't know we could, but when we can, we will. And that's an example with the collagen.
Wow. So are you planning to displace Micro Daily and just run with this incredible new discovery here with this Collagen Daily?
What do you mean replace Micro Daily?
I think you just answered the question. So
this is where, okay, in fact, I want to, we talk about the 3 legs of a stool, right? You got Micro Daily, probiotic, and collagen. These are like the optimal. If anyone's going to take anything, Micro Daily is what you take. If you can afford it, you take Micro Daily and probiotic. And if you can afford, if you have a budget for Micro Daily, probiotic, collagen, that's the basics. I mean, that's what you should be taking every day.
Yeah.
So we call those the 3 legs of the stool. But I know, Jonathan, we've talked about there's another leg to make a chair. You know, stools can tip over a little easier than chairs can, right?
Well, right now I can't live without brain boost. So that's that 4th leg. I tell you that right now.
We know what Dr. Prasad's choice is. It's Micro Daily EMF, it's the collagen, it's the probiotic, it's the brain boost, and it's the eye boost. And by the way, as CEO of the company, this is what I take virtually every day, and I will take for the rest of my life. And it's something that anyone that I care about knows about, and most of them are taking it.
Be careful now. That's recorded and has been broadcast all over the world. It's on the internet right now. So you can retract it now if you want.
That's true.
This
For
is true.
me. That is also
I know,
true
Dr.
for
Prasad,
me.
you practice what you preach. Let's just make it clear. I want to be like Dr. Prasad. He's 88 years old. I want to be like Dr. Prasad. This is my vision for the remainder of my life.
Okay. Yep. I'm with you on that one. I've already decided I'm going to live to 120. So
Yeah, I'll join you.
then let's just get on board. Now, I got one last question for you since I got you both here together. But Dave, you can start off. What else you got up your sleeve? What else do you and Dr. Prasad have up your sleeve? So just go ahead and announce everything else right now for us.
Well, yes. So I'm going to announce one thing right now because we've already given it, and that's the fourth leg of the stool we talked about, and that's an omega-3. Dr. Prasad, from the day I met him, he has been talking about an omega-3, and I've been saying, Dr. Prasad, it's a commodity. This is David, the businessman, speaking. Dr. Prasad, an omega-3, it's a commodity. You can go to Walmart, you can go anywhere, you can go on Amazon, there's omega-3s all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And so same question as I asked him with the collagen. I said, hey, if others are offering collagen, we can't offer something better. We're not going to do it. Well, let's call it 7 years later, Dr. Prasad and I, we've been working on this for a long time. He now has developed an omega-3. He's formulated in a way that nobody else is. It's got a couple of additional ingredients that fall along the lines of these enzyme inhibitors with collagen. And so right now it looks like everything is on track to launch an omega-3. We'll call it Omega Daily, and it's Dr. Prasad's fourth leg of a stool. Dr. Prasad, you may want to tell people why you feel like an omega is so critical as a part of the daily regimen. The other thing I'm going to just add real quick, another benefit of adding omega, Micro Daily has water-soluble ingredients and fat-soluble ingredients. As a result, you need to take food with it. Same with CBD. CBD is a fat-soluble ingredient. So if you take CBD Boost, you need to take food with it.
Yeah.
Well, by adding the omega-3 to the form of the daily regimen, that omega-3 will be that fat-soluble. That it'll be that fat that the others can attach to. So there'll be a double benefit to take an omega. It'll enhance the efficacy by not having to have food in your gut when you take your supplements.
Oh, that's a great bonus.
That's correct.
Why did the leg of the stool?
This is very important, just like vitamin C. Our body don't make what is called essential fatty acid. Omega is considered omega-3 is essential fatty acids. But our body don't make it, so we rely on a diet or things like that. But we don't get enough. Most of the thing that we get from the diet is more inflammatory type of fatty acid rather than anti-inflammatory fatty acids. And so American diet classically.
Yeah.
And so that's why it is very important to have we develop a supplement, and we develop in a way that nobody has done it, and especially for brain, because brain has a lot of fatty acids. And in order to improve the brain function more than what we are doing right now, not only it also improves immune function and other health benefit, but especially for brain, this will also further improve what we can get from Micro Daily and Brain Boost, your memory and all kind of age-related phenomena that we all go through.
That's incredible. I just read an article that the drug that they prescribe to treat or slow down Alzheimer's causes brain atrophy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mind-numbing, pun intended, but it doesn't make any sense to me. So anything that you do that can enhance brain function, this sounds like this is an excellent thing, Dr. Prasad. So
yeah. So this will be, again, like we are adding a step by step to optimize your health on all organs, from bone, cartilage to brain, immune function, and so on. And so, it took some time and discussion and David has been really some phenomenal fellow for the companies and for the health benefit for all of us, that he keeps thinking about all these issues how to improve further.
That's absolutely wonderful. That's excellent. Thank you very much. So in the last couple minutes that we have here, I know that there's a couple folks that are itching to ask Dave a question or two, because you never
Okay,
get a chance
sure.
to ask Dave any questions. So because Dave just disappears and you can never see him any place, and he goes off and takes care of his family and kids and all that. So if anybody's got a question for the CEO and owner of the company, this is your chance. Oh my goodness.
Well, Jonathan, I'm gonna throw one thing out there while people are deciding if they have a question. We do have another product we're launching.
Okay.
And I am going to tell you, it's a product that is going to be directly linked to how we have a healthier gut, because it's so important. So I'll just say that. No more hints on that. But what I want to say, as you know, we are doing a we call it a family vacation, because at Engage we consider this a family. And everyone who goes on the family vacation, we're going to launch that product in Mexico in September. So that's just another very special opportunity for people who come to Mexico. We're going to give them first dibs on this new product, and we're going to give them a free month of the product at the launch in Mexico also. So
that's what I'm talking
saying,
about.
Jonathan.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a nice hint.
Well,
and everybody,
Bernard, I bit my tongue. I bit it.
Okay. I signed up for the trip to Mexico, folks. So if you there's still a couple of rooms available from what I understand. So now's your chance to get on board. So Belinda has a question. And this question directed to Dave?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Great call this afternoon, you and Dr. Prasad and all the other leaders here. My question is, Mr. Dave, where do you see the company in 10 years, and what is your dream for Engage Global and Micro Daily, Dr. Prasad, and just, helping the world out into a better health?
I like the way she thinks, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for that question. First of all, I'll say, where do I see the company? I see all of us here being like Dr. Prasad. I see this as a lifetime journey. So, there's no off-ramp to doing good. And so the way I look at Engage is, this is an opportunity that I could have only have dreamed of. And that opportunity is simply to bring health and wellness to the world, to hear stories like this, to interact with wonderful, lovely human beings like you. So my vision in 10 years, 20 years, is whatever, for the rest of my life, is just to expand the scope of good that we do, to expand the numbers of people that we can touch. People ask me, well, how big and how many? Well, why limit ourselves with a number? My mindset is like, here's a question. In fact, when you read the Engage newsletter this month, I talk about the daffodil principle, and you can read the story in the newsletter, but the question that I ask is, what's the most important step on a journey? So what's the most important step in the next 10 years, the next 20 years, or the next step in my life, or in our journey of my life? It's simply the next step. So where do I see Engage Global being as big as we can all make it happen, which is without limitation? I see no limitation. I see no limitation that says we can't be everywhere in the entire world, that we can't be touching literally millions of people's lives, that we can't be celebrating one with another. I see no limitation to that. And so where do I see us in the future? It simply depends on how many of us are going to take the next step today, and then the next step tomorrow, and the next step the next day, to bring goodness and health and wellness to the world. That's the only thing that will limit our future, because we have real products and they deliver results. We've heard about them today. We haven't talked about our business model, but that's I guess you'd say that's a little bit of my baby. And that, as a Wharton MBA and a finance investment banking guy, I think we have created and I say we because there's many people that have been involved, have created a masterpiece, a work of art, something that is unbelievably special and of high integrity, where everyone and anyone can make money sharing health and wellness to the world, and anyone and everyone can experiencing, help in the daily bills, the monthly bills, or life-changing bills, whatever your vision and dream is. So where do I see Engage in 10 years, I see us being a place, a community of goodness, a community of joy, a community of celebration, a community of health and wellness without peer, without anyone. I just don't think anyone can match what we have with Dr. Prasad. And when I listen to you, Jonathan, as a leader, and I listen to Bernard and the Ashbys and so many other of our leaders, I see us having no limits to our potential because of the goodness and the quality and the competence of everybody here. So there you go. Where do I feel? I feel like this is the most exciting, rewarding, joyful journey that I've ever been on in my life, and I'm grateful to share it with all of you.
That's a good one. Thank you very much. Good question, Belinda. Dan has a question. So Dan, who's your question for? Is this for Dave?
Not necessarily. I was a little bit late, and I kept hearing a little of the benefits of the what it does for your eyes. As someone that has glaucoma in both eyes, it really caught my attention. This is like one of my first calls I've heard about this, and so I was just wondering if somebody can just comment on it.
Okay, it's a very good question. And
Thank
Dr.
you.
Prasad can give you
Yeah, glaucoma, eye pressure, and many people, customers of our taking, including my own family, my wife and my son, and their pressure came down. For example, my son has in 20, because he has genetics from his mother, and so some problem with the eye, but it came down since he has started taking. I think it was maybe 2 months taking the eye boost with Micro Daily, and came down to 16. And my wife, despite medication and surgical intervention, because she has again genetic issue, and then it was like in 18, and it used to be 22, but all surgical and drop on medication dropped down to about 18. And so since I started taking the eye boost, also Micro Daily, EMF, and then just last week I took her to the doctor. It is now in the range of 13 and 14. So eye boost is very important, and you try with Micro Daily, and some obviously probiotic is a must. And so you will see the benefit within a couple of months.
I'm ordering as soon as I hang up. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right,
Dan. Excellent question. We have Maisha. Did I get it right? Don't forget to unmute.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Very good presentation tonight, everyone. My question is just in general, maybe for Dr. Prasad. Is the collagen the better product for like scar tissue, or is there a better product to recommend for scar tissue?
Well, scar tissue is probably difficult to replace with the normal tissue that you had before. And if it's a scar tissue is because of aging, because of some damage happen, and then you have formation. I don't know what the scar tissue is.
In the knee cartilage, it was from knee surgery.
Oh, knee surgery. But if it's scar tissue, but if it's a cartilage issue which has become stiffened, if you have some, and so I don't know, there are no human data is available at this time, but I would say that try collagen peptides that we have, and of course, Micro Daily, EMF, and probiotics, and follow through for 90 days and see if you see any improvement in your movement of your knee or wherever it is, and so, but I can't predict anything until you try it, because there are no human data available on that particular issue.
Okay, thank you.
I can tell you one anecdotal story, Maisha. Aunt Claudia from Trinidad left me a voicemail that she had massive pain from scar tissue from the double mastectomy, and she said she could not believe the results in just a month or two of taking Micro Daily. So I'm going to put a link to her audio testimonial in the chat for you. Okay, Maisha. So as soon as I can find it, I'll put that in the chat for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. And we have just time for maybe a couple more. So Olu Linda.
Yes, greetings. Good afternoon, Jonathan. How are you?
Very good, very good. You can turn on your camera if you'd like, but it's not a requirement. But go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just came in from the gym, so I'm not going to turn my camera on. This question, a great presentation, by the way. This question is for David Namelka. David, I know these products are absolutely phenomenal. I've been taking them since October of last year. I cannot stop talking about them. Like Daryl now, I just run off at the mouth is one of the side effects of these products. But what do you say to those folks who tell you that they don't want to look at the products because they're not FDA approved or they do not have a golden seal standard or NSF certified? What would you say to those folks, David?
Okay, a couple of things. Number one is no supplements are FDA approved. So you're not going to find a supplement that's FDA approved. The FDA approves drugs. So if you're looking to take a drug, we don't sell drugs. We sell micronutrient supplements. The science behind micronutrition and its benefits is solid. They can go to PubMed and they can read over 400 citations of Dr. Prasad's. Dr. Prasad's published 30 books on micronutrients. We spent $24 million. Dr. Prasad with the U.S. military and NASA did double-blind studies on our micronutrition, and they are scientifically validated and they are highly efficacious. So I don't know if that's going to satisfy a skeptical mind that wants the FDA, but if they trust the FDA, then I can't speak. If they only trust the FDA, then I can't speak to that, but I can speak to the science behind our products, and it is without peer in the entire supplement world. So if there's someone looking for science, our products are the only ones they should consider because nobody has more science than us. So I'd answer that on the science standpoint. On the NSF, our products are manufactured in NSF certified facility right now with our new manufacturer, and so we'll be bringing out those on future labels and products. So NS certification, they're GMP certified, and so they're manufactured at the highest levels of quality that you can ask for.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I will share that with this person.
I want to answer some question about that. The Congress, U.S. Congress, has defined supplement as a grass, and therefore it does not require FDA approval for human consumptions.
And that's GRAS, meaning GRAS, generally recognized as safe.
Safe, yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's a GRAS.
Congress has approved, so does not require FDA approval. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, Dr.
Perfect.
Prasad. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your feedback. We have time for maybe one more question here. We can squeeze in, Naomi.
Thank you. Thank you. How y'all doing?
Oh, we lost you again. Come back. There you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you for everything. Anyways, I wanted to mention that I had started taking the collagen within 3 weeks, and I had seen my doctor for my hands because I have the carpal tunnel really, really bad, and he wanted to do surgery, and they still want to do surgery. I have to go back again in June, so it'll be 3 months at that time that I had to talk to her again. But anyways, since I've been taking the collagen, first of all, I had lost all feelings in the tips of the fingers that are always a problem, and now I have been actually getting feeling in the tips of my fingers again, which I haven't had in years. And the pointer finger is the only one that is still left because I have a little feeling in it, but I can tell that the collagen is actually working. But my question is too, they wanted to do surgery because they know that I had lost muscle mass, and that was one of the most important things too. So I wanted to know if the collagen will help with the rebuilding of the muscle mass.
Well, again, there is no human data that has been done experimentally. And therefore, I would say since you are getting some benefit already, it continued to do so. And I mean, you are there for a short time. And in some cases, there are antioxidants also modify tissues. Sometimes if there is extra growth of the tissue, they have been shown in many cases that it reduces it. And therefore, I would suggest that continue to take for another, say, 60 or 90 days, and let next time when we have a meeting like this, tell us if you have improved further or not.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you, Naima, for that question. That's wonderful. I apologize to everybody else that's left hanging there, but out of respect for Dave and Dr. Prasad's time, we have to end our discussion now. I'd like to invite you back with us. We have meetings all throughout the week, so just get back with the person who invited you here, and they'll give you the schedule for all the meetings throughout the week and the other opportunities that you have to ask Dr. Prasad additional questions. But now I want to tell you about what's going to be happening next Sunday. Next Sunday, Dr. Prasad will be back with us again, and the theme of that discussion is going to be micronutrients' role in chronic pain and inflammation. So you can look forward to that discussion with Dr. Prasad next week. But today, this special visit from the CEO and owner of Engage Global, we cannot say enough about what a privilege it was to have Dave Namelka with us here today. So you folks can all unmute yourselves now and express your thanks for both Dave and Dr. Prasad's presence. Go ahead.
I also want to just let everybody know that tomorrow we're going to be doing a call just on the gummies, and we have got a big announcement that in this world that we live in of inflation, I don't think you ever hear. That is, we're going to be a significant price reduction in gummies, and it's going to be an opportunity. We want, Jonathan, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but we want our product to be available to the world, and they need to be affordable to the world. And we know that our products are not inexpensive because excellence is not cheap, but we want to make them as affordable as possible. So tomorrow we've got a big announcement on gummies. And we'll also be talking about the benefits of the gummies, how they are the world's most they're the world's most micronutrient-rich gummies in the world, and they're available for our children and for our own consumption. So we'll be talking about gummies tomorrow night.
Oh, my goodness.
Tomorrow 10:30 or 5 o'clock?
Tomorrow it's at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, and 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, okay.
Did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear that? He can't take it back now. It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet now. That's excitement there.
Jonathan.
That's excitement. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Oh, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful.
Engage team.
You can't get any better than this one, I'm telling you. No better. Hey, listen, I got to go shop for a cell phone. I got to go. We won't have a business meeting tonight, so you guys have a good night. I'll see you on Tuesday night back here again. Tuesday night and Thursday. Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
And tomorrow, Monday, that's the corporate call, Monday night. All right? Very good. You know what? Jeff may want to stay on and do an business meeting. Jeff, you going to do a business meeting?
No.
Oh, everybody's got to go. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Joe. Dr. Prasad.
Hi, Freddie.
Hi, Freddie.
Hello, Freddie.
Hello, Freddie. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder.
Naomi, good question, Naomi.
Oh, thank you, Freddie.
Glad to hear this.
I have some more.
Your finger. Great.